Hey, what's up everybody? Brian here with the Holy Roller playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise. And today we're talking about a strategy called Slingshot 6 and 8. Let's go.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling.
All right, so this strategy, it starts with $700. Actually, you only really need 6 because we're going to do the 6 and 8 for 30 each, which is $60. This could be played on a $10 table or a $15 table. So $30 on the 6, $30 on the 8 is 60 times 10 shooters. It would be $600 that you would do. This is called the Slingshot. And so let's go ahead. We have 700, by the way. And so let's go ahead and do the 6 and the 8 for 30 each. And the way it works is if you get a 6 and 8 to hit, okay, then you throw in $1 because that will pay $35. And then you say, make my 6 and 8 look like 18 each, okay? And they'll set you up for 18 each. And then, so this is the pullback side. So on Slingshot, you pull it back, right? All right, so we put it back. We're pretty much playing, after one hit, we're playing for $1 right now. All right, so then let's say, well, obviously the point would have been on, okay? Those bets would have been working, okay? So then you have $36. That pays 21, okay? When that pays 21, whichever one hits, say it's the 8, you're going to slingshot the 8, okay? So what that means is you pulled it back, and now you go forward. You throw in $3, and that takes it to 42, okay? So 42, there's 25, 30, 35, here we go with 40 and 42, okay? So you slingshot, okay? Let me switch this out. So you slingshot it back up to 42. All right, now this is 50 for 1 if it hits. So right now the 8 is slingshotted, the 6 is not, okay? So then if it hits, you throw in $1 and it pays 50, right? For 1. And then you can either collect it or you can pull it back one more time to 30, okay? So now it goes to 30 and you bring pretty much $61 back to your rack, okay? So this would be, we're still slingshotting, but notice it's back to the level. And so it depends on how you want to do it. So let's say, for example, on this one, we just take the 50, okay? So we take the 50, and so you would slingshot it back to 30, and then from, well, let's do that. Let's do that. I'll just do that for you. So let's take it back to 30, okay? So instead of slingshotting it back to 18, it's actually, right now, it's going to be slingshot back to the $30 level. So then it goes up to 60. Same thing if you leave it there. Okay, if you leave it, you're still, the next one would be 60. But we're going to slingshot it back to 30, right? And bring 61 back to our rack like we talked about. Then if the 8 hits again, okay, and this is the same with the 6 and 8, by the way. So you'd be doing them both no matter which one hits, okay? So this is 30, but it's pulled back, okay? It's not pulled back to 18. It's pulled back to 30. So then if that hits, it's going to pay 35, right? So it pays 35. You make it look like 60, okay? So you don't have to throw in anything. You put 5 in your rack, or you could get the hard 8 for 5, however you want to do it. And then if it hits this time, it pays $70. So $70. Now remember, we slingshotted it back to, what did we slingshot it back to? 30, and then it went to 60. So now the slingshot, okay, throw in $2 and say make it look like 42, okay? So now you're going back, you're pulling the 60 back to 42, okay? And you're bringing all of this back to your rack. That's $90, by the way, okay? Back to your rack. And now the 42 is slingshotted, Okay, so this is really cool because you are bringing money back each time. Now, and you're not risking so much. Remember, you're playing for $1 after that first hit, and we'll roll it out in a second. But now it's at 42, and it's slingshotted, okay? Because it went from 30 to 60 back to 42, and then when you pull it back to 42, then it pays 1 for 50 again, okay? 1 for 50, and watch this. Because and this is where you don't take a lot, but what you do is it's 1 for 50, or they would take one like this, but you get $1 back, and you're going to 90. So you're at 90 now, okay? And so you get $1, well, $2 because we threw one in. But basically, you don't have to throw in $1. You could just say, take it to 90, okay? So now this is, it went up, right? So now, if this hits, it pays 105. And you're going to slingshot it back to, yep, you guessed it, $60. And you're bringing $135 back to your rack. Okay, so, and this is basically it, that what you have to remember. 30, 18, right? 42, 30, 60, and then 60 to 90, back to 60, okay? So I hope that makes sense. That is the progression. So let's do it out. Let's do it on the table right here. The first bet, okay, we'll do it on the 6th. The first bet will be 30. The second one will be, and here I'll spread it out so you can see it. That's missing $1, by the way. the second one, this is the first one, 30. The second one, pull it back to 18, right? Then it goes to, and I don't know if I said that right before, but then it goes to, you throw in $3 and it goes to 42. So don't forget, you'll have to throw in 3. I'll put that over here just to kind of signify throwing in $3, okay? Then from here, it goes to 30, right? Goes to 30, okay? Then you slingshot it back, right? From this is the 42, this is the pullback, then it goes to 60, okay? Just like that, and you're getting a hard weight, or you're putting 5 in your rack, okay? Then from there, okay, it goes to 42 again, okay? But the 42 this time is, you don't have to throw in any money. You can, but it might get easier if you throw in $2 from 60, throw in 2 and say make it look like 42, okay? And then once you go to 42, right, then it goes to 60 or 90. Wait, 42, because you had a 60 here. Did I do that right? Let's see. Okay, here, pull back. That's the pullback. Then it goes up here. This is the pullback. Then it goes up, and it should go higher than 60. So yeah, it should go to 90. Yeah, that's what it is. It's 90, and that's what I did just a second ago. So then it goes to 90, and then then pretty much what you do is you can repeat. Well, once you pull back to 60, then you would go to 120. That's the next level. But I'm only going to do this many times because this is 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits, 6 hits. Okay, so there's 5 ways to make those. 6 hits on them would be like that. Now, you might say, if I'm going to plan on 6 hits, why don't I just slingshot every time? Bam, 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 and don't take anything back to the rack. You can do it if you want to be aggressive like that, but I find that, pressing, collecting, regressing, this is kind of like a rotation. Now, you might want to say, okay, if I'm 30 here and I'm playing for $1 here, and I have the 18, and then I go to 42, why don't I just go from 42 to 60 to 90? You can do that, but basically this is what we call the slingshot. So we're going up and then we're going down. Want to roll it out? Let's roll it out. Have you got your dice tracker yet? Make sure to get one of these. Go to holyroller.com or check the link in the description. This is able to track
not only your bankroll, but your points towards a free cruise, among other things. So make sure to grab one of these. Now let's get back to it.
Okay, we're all set again for, well, let's go like this because we're going to roll it out. And I'm going to just roll it right here. And we're going to do 60 on, well, 30 each on the 6 and 8, okay? The puck is off, but you can be working if you want. And so I'm going to just work the come out, okay? So you might say, no, never work the come out. Well, it's happening. It's happening right now in front of you. It's a 9. So the point becomes 9. And now we just need a 6 or an 8. Okay, 9-point hit. We're going to play every roll. There's a 5. And here we go. And it's a 9. Okay. And here is a 5. All right, point hit. Now you might say, whoa, there's a 12. Okay, here we go. And there's a 6. Finally got a 6. The point is 6. And we throw in $1, right? We're throwing in $1. And they're going to pay us 35. And then they're going to make our 6 and 8 look like 18 each. Okay, and I'm just going to have the puck right, or I'll take that on, the on button over there since the puck is on. All right, so now we're playing for $1. Okay, now you might say, I just like this part of the system. I'm going to sling it. I'm not going to shot it. That's totally fine. Okay, here we go. Now we're still rolling. We just went down and we're playing for $1. Here we go. And it's an 8, okay? So we got an 8, and so that means it pays 21, right? And what are we going to do? We're going to throw in, we're slingshotting the 8, so we're throwing in $3 for the 8. So we're playing for $4 right now, by the way. Okay, so that takes the 8 to 30, okay? Is that 30? Or no, it's 42, right? Yeah, it's 42. Yeah, 42, sorry, 42. It takes the 8 to 42. So we're slingshotting it to 42, okay? So here we go. So now the 8 has 42. We're playing for $4. Here we go. And it's a 6, all right? So now, well, they'll pay before they turn the puck off. So we're throwing in, we're throwing in a little bit more money because we're slingshotting them both, okay? So here we go, 2, throwing in $3 so that this goes to 42. Okay, so now the 6 and the 8 are 42. Now you might say, I don't know if I want to work on the come out right now, but I don't want to waste a roll. Here we go. It is. Oh, it's a 7. Oh my goodness. So we played for $6. Okay, wait, 6? No, $7. We played for $7 and we got the 7. Okay, let me reset it. Let's go. Okay, here we go. We're set up 30 and 30 and we're working on the come out. We don't want to waste a roll. Okay, so there's a 5. Here we go. There's a 5 and we're rolling and it's a 4. All right, and it's a 5-point hit. Let's go. Let's get a 6 or 8. All right, there's a 9. And now we're going to go for a 6 and 8. How about it? There's a 2. Craps 2. How about a 6? There we go. We got the 6. We throw in $1. They pay us just like that. And it goes to, right? So we go down to 18 and 18. Okay, so they take it and then they put our 36, which is 18 and 18. Okay, and then they'll lock up all the rest. Okay, here we go. We're working. Let's see if we can get it. It is a 5. How about a 9-point hit? All right, here we go. We want to be working. Make sure the button's on. Okay, here we go. It's a 3 and it's a 4. Oh, yes. Okay, 4. Here we go. And it's a yo 11. Yo 11. And how about another yo 11? How about a 10? Hard 10. How about a 4? Point hit. Whoa, there's a 10. The point is 10. We do have, there's a 6. All right, now we slingshot the 6. We're throwing in $3 and it goes to 42. Simple as that. All right, so they take it to 42 from our $3. Okay, should be that simple, hopefully. But we do have a system where I'm going to show you in the future. I'll do another video on the 5 and 8 or 5 and 9 and then the 4 and 10. And if you want to play across and do slingshot on this, and this, You can have all the numbers and slingshot them all, you know? All right, here we go. We got the 6. Now let's get a 5, all right? Let's get an 8 or a 6 again. There's a 4. And how about a 6 again? Yes, we're ready to slingshot that back. We throw in $1, okay? And we're getting 50, right? And it's taking it back to 30, okay? So, because that happened, we're getting 62 back to our rack, okay? 62 back to our rack. I like that. I like that. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get, we haven't even hit the 8 yet. There's a 3. There's a 3. How about the 6 again? Okay, the 6 pays 35. What are we doing? We're going to 60. We slingshotted that thing and now it's at 60. Let's get the hard 6 just because. All right, here we go. And it is a 7 out. Now we did make some money on that, but it feels, you know, when you pull back for the slingshot, you're like, I want to hit it. You know, you're shooting for it, but we got the 7. All right. So basically that's how it works. I mean, we could do a long roll and just keep slingshotting it. However you'd like to do it. But I did want to say, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe because there's so many people that watch this videos, all my videos, that aren't subscribed. So it doesn't cost anything. Just hit the subscribe button, you know, right there. Or, you know, give it a thumbs up or watch this video if you'd like to see more. And I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.